Hey everybody, it's Mark and Zane from HIT Chef Academy, and we are going to cook a dish that we like to do. It's a really good winter warmer, embracing what you consider cheap ingredients, turning them into something, I think, with a little touch of class, quite frankly. So we're going to make Gnochetti. So like a gnocchi, but we're not using potato, we're using semolina, which is a coarse maize. We're just going to use some simple pork sausages, supermarket ones that we've skinned. We're going to make a lovely little tomato ragu. We're going to show you all of that, and we're going to cook that up, and that's going to be our dinner tonight. It's a really lovely thing to do. Unfortunately, with bonfire night not really going ahead, synonymous with sausage, you know, something eaten out your hand. We've just tried to elevate it using pumpkin, which is a wonderful vegetable at this time of the year. It doesn't just stop on Halloween. It continues on through, so please utilize it wherever you see it. Fantastic, tasty, delicious, and at this moment in time we need all the vitamins, we need all the health we can get. So we're going to start off by making the gnocchetti dough. Now this is a dish brought to me, one I was taught only a couple of weeks ago by a lovely lady called Monica, also known as Hurricane Monica in Bristol. So hello to you, Monica. Thank you for teaching me this dish. So I have in here 200 grams of semolina. Really cheap, really cheerful, really wonderful ingredient. And we just have 100 mils of water. So Zane's just going to add the water, all of it in, and he's basically just going to bring it together in his hand to form a dough. So get your fingers in there, dude, start to stir it around, give it a mix. Firstly, it'll all clump up. Firstly, you'll think, oh my God, what is going on here? But you know what, it'll start to come together. If you start to squeeze it, it'll start to form a dough. It'll take a couple of minutes, but it'll be worth it, I promise you. It starts to look off a bit like shortbread, to be perfectly honest. It's got that colour. You can run saffron through it if you have saffron. If you wanted to get some colour through it, a little bit of turmeric maybe. But today we're just going plain and simple. We've got enough flavourings within the sauce and the ragu and the stuff that I'm going to show you that I think we don't need any extra flavourings. Okay, so wonderful. Zane is now bringing that together. Would you like me to use a big hand to bring that together?
No, I've got it on.
You've got it in? Mm-hmm. People want to see you cooking, not your back. Thank you. That's it. Oh, well done. So bring it together. Let's get all the little bits out of the bowl. So if you use the dough, Zane, it scrapes it all up. So Zane's going to turn that out onto the table, and he's just going to knead it and just bring it together so it'll become ever so slightly softer. Once you've made it to that point, just let it rest for half an hour. It's a really lovely one. I've made it and I leave it in the fridge overnight. Get it out for an hour, let it room up, and then that way you can shape it and do what you want. It's a really lovely activity to do with the kids. So there we go. Zane has got no extra flour on the board. He's done a really good job. A dough like this should always feel like a sweaty, over-familiar handshake. That's the way I describe it. You've got that slight bit of moisture. Moisture's your friend here, okay? So I'm going to hold this up to the camera. Excuse me, boo.
Yeah.
There we go. And there. Squidgy, lovely, soft, pliable. But give it half an hour. Give it half an hour to rest. And obviously, HIT Chef Academy, always prepared. We've got some ready done. Now, what you want to do, divide the dough into 4, and you want to roll it out to something akin to that. That's what you want to do. So Zane is going to roll that out. It's about 1.5 centimeters in diameter, approximately, and just roll that out. If they're a little bit bigger, they'll just take a bit longer to cook. That's all. It's not the end of the world. We're not going to chuck a ruler out. We're not going to go cherish Finden and measure things. It's home cooking. It's rustic. It's beautiful. It's tasty. It's nutritious as well, and that's what we want to do. So once Zane's rolled it out, and he's absolutely nailed that one straight off the bat, I wasn't expecting that. You need to cut it no longer than that, baby. Cut it about 2.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters, just using a blunt knife, a little butter knife. We got a little palette knife, a little table knife, anything like that, so you're not scoring or marking your surface. And if you are worried about that, just do it on a board. It's not a problem whatsoever. So while Zane's just cutting those, we've got some on a tray. So you can see the size of them, and then Zane's going to show you how to shape them. Now we've got wonderful little ridges and indentations in there, and we use a fork to form them, and then that way loads of lovely sauce gets stuck to it, and that's what we want. Italians are great. You have all these wonderful pasta varieties, but they all serve a purpose. The reason they are shaped the way they are because they all fit a sauce, they all fit a garnish, they all fit a purpose, they all fit a use. And that's what we want today. We want all those little ridges so we can get this wonderful sauce stuck to it. And there we go. So Zane has divided those up, and I'm going to keep him busy now. And Zane is going to start to shape them. Now, I'm just going to show one to the camera, because although I am vertically challenged, I am ever so slightly taller than you, and it is minimal, but I'll tell you that for nothing. You take your fork, so that way, the back of the fork, you roll it down, and you end up with a lovely little gnocchetti. And that's all you've got to do. Then drop it into a little tray of semolina, and just give it a little shake. So Zane's going to make those, and hopefully you can still see me. I am in the background. We're trying to spread ourselves out. But I'm going to make the ragu. So we're making a wonderful sausage ragu. So in this pan, I've got half an onion, finely diced and sweating down. I've got 150 grams of just cubed raw pumpkin that I've just sweated off as well. I've got 1 tablespoon of oil in there. I'm going to turn my pan up to a high heat now. And all I've done, I'll show you, is I've taken just simple chipolata sausages, which funnily enough were on offer. I've skinned them and I've rolled them into little bite-sized pieces, so tiny little meatballs. Fully seasoned, fully formed, absolutely delicious. Don't need to do anything to them. What you don't want to be faffing about at the end of the day when you've been at work all day. Make your life a little bit easier, but you know what? Take a simple banger, which is beautiful in its own form, and just change it. Also, 2 sausages here is probably enough for me and Zane this evening, plus a leftover portion for me for lunch. So 2 sausages with some vegetables, 3 meals. Cost effective. So you just saute that off in its pan, and we just want to brown those sausages off. I've got 1 clove of minced garlic here, and that can go in the pan now. The pan's singing away, sounds really happy. I've got a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Pork and fennel, best of friends. Great store cupboard staple in this house especially. So we're just going to stir those around, get that all going. Smells good. Smells like bonfire night. We've got the onions, we've got the sausage sizzling. It's wonderful. Almost the remnants of the old pumpkins that are left burning as well. So unfortunately we can't be outside to share it, but we'll try and bring a little bit of firework magic to you. So Zane's coated all of those off. I think that's absolutely plenty, mate. Yeah, I think that's absolutely plenty. So I'm just going to show this pan to everybody at home, Zane. So I'm just going to bring this up to everybody. And you've got the sausage in there, you've got the pumpkin, the onion, the garlic, the fennel. I'm just going to wait for those sausage little balls to have cooked off and sealed all the way around. I'm going to turn myself up to a high heat. They've all sealed around on all their edges. I'm going to get Zane to pour chicken stock. I've got 100 ml of chicken stock in here. If you're having a glass of wine with your dinner, by all means 100 ml in there. Always work and cook with decent cooking wine. There's no point having all these wonderful ingredients and then chucking some nasty gut wrenching acid into there. We want to use all the good stuff. So Zane's going to pour the chicken stock in there, and straight away we've gone from a fry, and now you can hear the sizzling. We've got steam going on, there's a boil going on, and we're just going to reduce that liquid down by half. Now in here, let me show everybody, I've got just a tomato sauce that I've made, which is literally 1 punnet of cherry tomatoes, 2 bulbs of garlic, a lug of oil. I put that into a pan and I just let it sweat off till it starts breaking down and the liquid starts coming out of the tomatoes. I add a splash of water, that is it. I let that cook down till the tomatoes have completely broken down. I chuck a stick blender into it and I make my own tomato sauce. 4 ingredients, add some salt if you want, I haven't. And this is absolutely wonderful. If you can't do that, just get a lovely tin of chopped tomatoes, just basic ones will be absolutely fine. What I'd say to you is they vary in quality and quantity. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that they taste okay. So they might need a little bit of sugar as a seasoning. They might need a little bit of vinegar as a seasoning. Just see where they're at and what you're willing to, what you're willing to tolerate taste-wise. So these are cooking down nicely. I'm going to get Zane now to add in the tomato sauce. So Zane's going to add the tomato sauce into the sausage ragu. So he's going to scrape all of that in. That's it. Wonderful. That's it. Scrape your bowl out as well. Good job. Well done. Wonderful. Good lad. Give me your washing up. Yeah, keep them raised there. And just give that a gentle stir. I trust Zane on the pans, I trust Zane in the kitchen. It's just letting them know what potentially could hurt them, what potentially, could cut them, scold them, whatever. This is a pan full of sloshy sauce almost, so just to be gentle. So just give that a shake. Now that smells absolutely fantastic, and we're just going to let that simmer away. Now the water for the gnocchetti is coming up to boil, so I'll do the dad bit and I'm going to put the gnocchetti in. So shake off any excess semolina, and into the pan they go. Now, again, with virtually all food, it'll tell you when it's ready. And gnocchetti, when they're ready, will float. So when they start to pop up to the surface, they're ready to come out straight into the ragu and straight off. I'm just going to turn that pan down now, and I'm going to completely turn that off. And Zane's just going to stir that nice and gently. Smells wonderful, looks amazing, and I'm very, very happy with it. There we go. Okay, so magic of editing. 2 minutes have gone. Gnocchetti are floating, just coming up, and they're just doing this little cyclical thing. When they're not ready, they all just stay at the bottom. And when they're ready, they'll float up with the movement of the water. They'll start spinning around. So we're there, we're cooked, we're done. So we've got our ragu hot and ready. I'm going to spoon these into here. Let them get coated in all that wonderful sauce. Don't worry about the ingredients, the quantities wise. If you've missed it, it will all be put up on screen on a little recipe card for you.
Obviously, if you don't like anything, you could always improvise.
Well, there you go. Chef has told me. What would you improvise, Zane?
Or pumpkin, probably for something else, like coriander.
You put coriander instead of pumpkin?
Yeah.
Okay, well Zane has spoken. I'll still make him eat pumpkin, but...
Yeah.
There you go. So there they are. We get them all coated. Let's just show these lovely people at home. A big spoonful of it. Wonderful autumnal / winter food, steaming hot, nutritious, delicious, simple. I mean, that come together in under, 8-9 minutes tops. And again, something you could do the day before. Fantastic, wonderful, heartwarming dish. And again, thank you to my friend Monica, Hurricane Monica, for teaching me this one. Very much appreciated. This is one of the wonderful things about food. If you've got the knowledge, share it. And that's what we like doing at HIT Training. We want to make sure that you guys are all right, that you're eating nutritious. That's what we like to do at HIT Training. We like to share what we've learned. We want to make sure that you guys are fit, you're healthy, you're safe, and you're eating wonderful, wonderful produce. We're going to finish it off with a few little capers. Me and Zane love a caper. We're going to finish it off with a little bit of chopped parsley, root and all, we don't care. Wonderful stuff. Plenty, mate, plenty. Thank you. And I'll finish it off with a little bit of grated cheese. And that is a dish that you can produce in well under £1 a portion, full of health benefits, full of colour, absolutely sensational, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Again, from everybody at HIT Chef Academy, everybody at HIT Training, we hope that you are well, we hope that you're safe, we really do. If there's anything you would like us to cook, anything you would like to learn, any questions that you have, please leave a comment We love seeing them. We love seeing that people have watched our videos and enjoyed them. We love making them. We really, really do. And if there's anything you'd like to see us do, then by all means let us know. So everybody, stay safe. We'll see you on the other side. Take care.
Take care.